is about. It's called The Lost Tribe of the Wicklow Mountains. I believe in them, so they do exist. In the Wicklow Mountains, it is easier to hide than you think. Behind waterfalls, in sunless crevices, in densest rhododendron foliage, on slopes of fluttering shadow and scree. Nothing I know of, apart from these lines, speaks of this tribe. They might be waifs who escaped from the lead mines. They might be vagrants who dropped out of ballads and poems. They might be rebels who outran the redcoats until the redcoats dissolved. They might be ravers and Wiccans who squat in high ruins, holding 1,000-day hoolies in roofless great halls. They might change into foxes in moonlight and paw through the motorway snow to scavenge the ex-urban dustbins. But, sincerely, this tribe has no patrons. It fits no descriptions. Nothing about it beyond its certain existence translates. No reason, no thesis, no customs, no goal. This tribe is my credo, that's all. Strong is my faith. Strong is my beat. Strong is my magic. Strong is my want. And wanting, I rise till I'm vanishing with them, spinning into a mist above Mulla Clivon, where I'll never be spotted. It's so righteous to stray. It's so good to abandon. It's so just to ascend with the lost and forgotten, summits the rooted cannot even imagine. Salmon in a poisoned stream, trying to heal myself upriver like you. I am part poisoned then, and I am part poisoner too. What?
Could you repeat that one?
That one, just like that one. Yeah. I am salmon, just for you. Salmon in a poisoned stream, trying to heal myself upriver like you. I am part poison then, and part poisoner too. Very easy. Come on. Yeah. You and two. Right. Very easy. And this is called After I Saw a Heavily Pregnant Junkie Out of Her Tree on Talbot Street and Was Thinking Thereof Upon the Terrible Numbness Which Now Afflicts Us in Our Cities. That's the title. Okay. Yeah. The purpose of the world is simple. The purpose of the world is life. And the purpose of life is also simple. The purpose of life is the discovery of love. And the purpose of the human, that's simple too. It's an air that can always be heard, no matter where, no matter what. Jesus heard it in the desert on the 40th day of his thirst. Rebels hear it in the booming of their executioners' guns. Slaves hear it in the dreaming songs that other slaves pass on. The purpose of the human is simple. The purpose of the human is the opening to freedom. To that freedom we touch when we are loving the world is giving. And yes, your objections strike hard. Trust me, I identify with sniggering. Such loving is complicated in our difficult times, and even the best are always tempted to give up on loving the world. With good reason. A child undead in the poisoning womb of a junkie, is this not the cackling of chance at the hexes of our human vulnerability? And the relentless flood of numbness we call the passerby, is this not all our utopias drowning? Yet, even now, loud laughter's pealing from the opening on Talbot Street, from the indestructible old who have survived 1,000 delusions, 1,000 hexes of faith, and from the young who with their merry fellowship challenge oblivion. Because of this, I can tell you of the coming of a great joy. Because of this, I can tell you we are far from exhausted, but we have only 2 options: dying in or loving the world. Who lives without loving the world is a shadow's shadow and weighs less than a ghost. Who lives without loving the world has been lost, and there can be no other finding. That's that.
Love it.